Nearly a year after his death, the name Bloodhound Lil Jeff still echoes through the streets of Chicago. He wasn't just a rapper, he was a feared figure in the drill scene. Rumors claimed Lil Jeff had 11 bodies to his name, turning him into a street legend before he was even 20. But that reputation made him a target. His life was cut short in a brutal accident sliding on Trap City gang. Still, he left behind more than headlines. He left raw music and some loyal allies ready to slide for him. This is what happened to Lil Jeff's closest affiliates. Before the bodies, before the name rang out in Milwaukee and Chicago, Lil Jeff had a basketball in his hands and a dream in his chest. Born Jeffrey Harris, Lil Jeff came up on the east side of Chicago in a family that had already seen pain. His pops had done time and was actively on the streets. According to those who knew her, his mother struggled to keep him close, but she was far from perfect. In fact, at one point, a screenshot of her went viral, praising her son for sliding on his ops. His older brother, Bloodhound J Boogie, was already making noise. J Boogie was one of the earliest faces repping Bloodhound, and that presence in the streets became something Jeff started looking up to. When he was younger though, Jeff wasn't on that at all. Folks remember him out on the blacktop, always with a ball, always trying to hoop. He tried out for his school team, but he ain't make the cut. That moment crushed him. After that, he stopped trying to make it with a jersey and started plotting a different kind of name. From there, Lil Jeff's path turned dark. No more dreams of buzzer beaters, just missions, packs, and revenge. By 16, Lil Jeff was already putting in work. By 17, he had left Milwaukee and made his way into Chicago's Bloodhound circle. And by 18, rumors had him linked to double-digit bodies, some saying up to 11. That quiet kid with the basketball had now turned into one of the most feared young names in the Midwest. His brother, still in the mix, tried to steer him off the edge, but the streets had him locked in. There was no turning back. 79th and Maryland. Lil Jeff grew up on the east side of Chicago in the heart of 79th and Maryland, a hood that had seen generations of bloodshed. That block was Bloodhound territory, and the politics ran deep. Jeff started running heavy with his brother, Bloodhound J Boogie, and his two cousins, Bloodhound Q50 and Z Money. Together, the four of them formed a tight circle in the Bloodhound set, moving through both Milwaukee and Chicago, getting money, catching beef, and building a rep. But everything shifted the day Z Money got hit.
Then in 2023, as you're kind of dibbling-dabbling in rap, your cousin Z Money gets.
Right.
How close were you?
My face, shit, you know how that explains a lot. He was real close.
Oh, you actually have Z Money on your...
Yeah, it's right here.
Right there?
Yeah.
Over your eyebrow?
Yeah.
Z Money's death shook the block. Bloodhound had lost one of their own. He was gunned down in a hit that sources tied back to Trap City, a rival crew that was once allies with the Bloodhounds. The Bloodhounds and Trap City were once like family, until everything fell apart over a girl. Z Money and Trap City Leal got into it, and according to street rumors, Leal unloaded over 30 into Z Money while he was just sitting in a car. It was a brutal, point-blank hit that left no room for survival. Just days after Z's murder, Lil Jeff allegedly caught Trap City Leal lacking. The hit was fast and surgical. Leal was found slumped, and the streets immediately pointed fingers. Rumors spread like wildfire. Jeff did it, and he did it for Z. That moment wasn't just a get back, it was the official turning point. Jeff wasn't just a kid in the field anymore. He was a shooter, certified and feared, and his name started ringing across state lines. Z's death lit a fire in Lil Jeff that never cooled, and after that first body, there was no stopping the ride. One cousin is gone, one body dropped, and one young bloodhound making his name off pure revenge. Not long after, Jeff conceded the of Trap City Leal in one of his songs, "Go bitch, we send shit up." When I ran up on that car, his ass looked up and he was stuck. But that was just the beginning of something much bigger, kicking off a chain of events that would change everything. 11 bodies. On a cold January afternoon in downtown Chicago, 2 high school students were gunned down during lunch break, in broad daylight. No masks, just bullets. Witnesses said it looked like a movie, but in the streets, it was business. None other than Lil Jeff. January 26, 2024. Montario Williams, 17, and Robert Boston, 16, known as Monty and Lil Rob, were members of BKN, short for Bricks and Killers, a set known for its tension with the Bloodhounds. That day, the two were outside Innovations High School in the Loop, lunch break, no poles on them, thinking they were safe. But that's when it happened. 2 cars pulled up, one dark-colored sedan, one Infiniti SUV. Three shooters hopped out. In just 15 seconds, they let off. Both teens dropped on the spot. Witnesses said the shooters ain't say a word, just handled business and peeled off. Police later ID'd the shooters as Bloodhound members T-Slick, Lil Jeff, and J-Mo. Surveillance from nearby buildings and a trail of Instagram lives helped connect the dots. And even before the cops made a move, the streets already knew who did it. That same day, social media posts started flying. On X, on Reddit, in IG stories. Lil Jeff was reportedly bragging, talking about 10 hats, and how the last two were graduation caps. He was allegedly referencing Monty and Lil Rob. Two kids were killed at school, and Jeff saw it as content.
Shake up on that one. His ass musty. His little ass finally washed up. What that is for soap? What you was trying to take from this?
By the end of January, Chicago police had locked in 2 out of the 3 suspects. T-Slick was picked up on January 31st. J-Mo got grabbed on February 4th. The only reason Lil Jeff wasn't arrested, he was already dead. But cops confirmed that if he had been alive, charges were coming. They had IG live footage of him and T-Slick joking hours after the murder, posts boasting, and DMS that lined up with the timeline. It was textbook drill retaliation. Monty and Lil Rob never made it to 18, and Lil Jeff's name just got louder after their deaths. In the streets, it added 2 more bodies to his alleged count. In court, it was almost another RICO piece, but the case hit a end, literally. Lil Jeff never got charged, never stood trial, never gave a statement. The shooters came and left in 15 seconds. All fans had left was a song from Jeff detailing the hit. Them did what they did and had to pay the consequence. Still hop out blasting when I'm sliding and I be driving. Just thirsty as shit. You would think a rap if I told you about what I did. When I speak, it's only facts, he was screaming. When he got hit. Jeff built his name off bodies and fear. But in the end, he got dropped just as fast as he rose. Easy come, easy go. Lil Jeff died how he lived, on a drill. On June 8, 2024, he was hit 19 times on South Roads. The mission was simple, catch a Trap City member lacking, but instead, he walked into a setup. And just like that, one of the most feared young names in Chicago was gone. After the death of Lil Rob and Monty, the Bloodhounds were locked in a violent back and forth with Trap City, BKN, and others. Jeff had allegedly racked up a double-digit body count, mostly off rumors, lyrics, and coded Instagram posts. But the streets believed it. Then came June 8th, 6600 block of South Roads Avenue. Surveillance caught Jeff chasing somebody on foot, reportedly Rob from Trap City, pole in hand, mask halfway on. But what he didn't know was that someone was already watching from a nearby house. As he pushed up closer, a second shooter opened fire from the porch. Jeff dropped where he stood. 19 bullets hit him. Police recovered 58 shell casings at the scene. Jeff pulled up to Trap City's hood. He spotted Trap City Glenn, the one in yellow shorts, who took off running into a house. Jeff chased him up the porch, the door still swinging, but before Jeff could get inside, Trap City Rob was already waiting. He upped it and fired. This wasn't a random hit. This was retaliation. Trap City had been waiting. They knew Jeff was coming. Whether it was a backdoor or bad intel, the result was the same. Bloodhound's most active name was gone. The surveillance footage told it all. Jeff came hunting, but got hunted. He wasn't alone either. Footage showed at least 2 more individuals nearby, possibly acting as lookouts or backup, but none of them fired. They ran. And just like that, the 19-year-old who once bragged about graduation caps became another name on a t-shirt. However, his death didn't end the war. It poured gas on it because Jeff's affiliates weren't gonna let this pass like nothing. Lil Jeff's affiliates. Bloodhound J Boogie. Bloodhound J Boogie was Lil Jeff's OG, teaching him the streets, planting the seed, and standing guard. But everything changed when Jeff was gone. J Boogie ended up locked up himself, and since then, it's been a darker, lonelier grind. J Boogie had deep roots in Bloodhound 079. Reddit users confirm he's Jeff's big brother, the one who pulled him into the field in the first place. Boogie had been active since at least 2015, dropping music with Jeff and repping their block in videos. After Jeff's in June 2024, Boogie's world flipped. Boogie was actually locked up before Jeff died in 2021 and remained behind bars when the younger Williams' body dropped. Sources say he was doing time on a weapons charge, initially sentenced longer but got it reduced and did about 50% of his time. It's reported he'll come home around 2027. Locked down. Boogie's in a cell while his little brother caught 19 bullets on South Roads. That disconnect hit hard. Boogie will come home in a few years with that weight strapped on. His brother is gone. The streets are calling, and the elites are watching. Will he pick up where Jeff left off? Will he channel that pain into music or more retaliation? One thing's clear. When J Boogie steps out, Bloodhound wasn't the same.
Y'all ain't even know. It's my birthday too, if y'all ain't know.
This ain't no 10s. Tell my y'all be. This ain't no.
Ain't no 10. This that M30. Free them boys, man. The boys free on my brother. That bitch had a G.
However, Lil Jeff wasn't the only one to get capped in 2024. Lil Skume. Lil Skume came up from Chicago's South Side, Chatham Block. His big joint caught on, and tracks like Need for Speed, Nightcrawler, and Buttonland had the drill heads tuning in quick. Skume dropped tracks in rapid succession since April 2023, building heat with a raw melodic style. Rumors say he was single, kept his personal life tight. On July 7th, 2024, around 11:50 p.m., he and a 16-year-old pal got into it with another male near 89th Place and Langley. That argument escalated, shots rang out, and Skume took 2 to the chest. He was rushed to U Chicago Med and died on arrival. Moments later, footage of him at a front porch just minutes before his death. Skume's label, Signal Records, posted grief and respect. Chicago PD responded fast. SWAT, backup, chase, but the escaped. His death occurred during a citywide summer shooting spike. His death came exactly 1 month after Lil Jeff's, fueling speculation they were connected. Media paired their deaths, calling it a tragic chess move by these opposing crews. Skume was clashing with drill rivals online, including FBG Cash, Lil J, and Memo 600. His diss track toward a Lil Durk affiliate stirred tension just weeks before he got capped. Lil Skume's loss left the community shook. His mom shared that he didn't feel right before he got backdoored. Now that he and Jeff are gone, most of the Bloodhound name is left to one person, Bloodhound Q50. Bloodhound Q50 was more than just Lil Jeff's cousin. He was his right hand, his getaway partner, and his closest blood in the field. But when Jeff got gunned down on South Roads, all eyes turned to Q50, not for retaliation, but for running. That clip of him dipping mid-shootout spread like wildfire. After that, he was mocked, disrespected, and forced to pick between fading out or getting revenge. McQually Cooper, known as Q50, was raised between Gary and Chicago, bouncing house to house, raised by a young mom and a grandma. But it wasn't enough. He caught his first case in 6th grade, pulled up to school with a BB gun. That was the start.
Explain what happened.
I took a BB gun from like one of the kids in my neighborhood type. Took it to school. I'm showing it off in school and now it's time to go home. It was a little female I ain't liking. I ended up popping her gun, and then like she told on me, but she did it slick as hell. Like she told what the point where I won't see her again. You know what I'm saying? So like yeah, that's what happened. And then shit, that when I told my mama like, man.
The streets took it from there. Q50 linked with his cousin Jeff Heavy around 79th and Maryland, Bloodhound territory. They were in everything together. People online even said Q50 wasn't just riding with Jeff, he was helping him build his platform. Behind the scenes, Q50 helped push tracks like 333 and Splash Brothers. But in the streets, he was there on every mission. However, on June 8, 2024, everything flipped. Jeff got hit 19 times in broad daylight. From Trap City led off from a porch as Jeff chased a target. But what went viral wasn't the it was the clip, a short, shaky video of Q50 slipping and sprinting away once the shots rang out.
Does it make it worse when there's like videos and people reacting to it? And they're trying to say you slipped and fell, and you saying I wasn't even there, right?
I wasn't even know. Stop saying I was dumb, man. I wasn't even know. Stop saying I was dumb, man. I wasn't even know.
But that didn't stop Q50 from living a street life. His beef with Vonoff's 1700 also exploded when Q50 allegedly stole Vonoff's little brother's jewelry. In July, Vonoff's crew allegedly snatched a chain from someone tied to Bloodhound, possibly even Q50 himself. That same summer, Q50 allegedly got their hands on an NLMB chain, which some saw as a direct get-back, while others saw it as trolling. Q50 is still out there doing his thing with the last bunch of the Bloodhounds, one of them being none other than Lil Vert. Lil Vert, born Earl Wallace, is an up-and-coming Chicago drill rapper known for his raw energy and close ties to the Bloodhound 079 crew, the same renegade Black Disciples faction that Lil Jeff and Q50 rep. His name is tied to the streets of Chatham and the high-stakes world of drill beefs and loyalty. Lil Vert grew up in Chicago, with some time spent in Gary, Indiana, just like Bloodhound Q50. He's a key member of Bloodhound 079, the same set known for beefs with Trap City and BKN. Vert's persona is loud, unapologetic, and always geeked TF out, matching the confrontational drill style. His lyrics and videos frequently reference street life, loyalty to the set, and violent conflicts. On the music side, Vert has a solid discography with 76 tracks listed on Genius, mostly featuring Bloodhound affiliates. His standout songs include Stretched with Lil Jeff, Go with Q50 and Big Op, and Lululemon with Lil Skume 89. He also gained early traction with I Love My Draco alongside Lil Jeff in 2022, and continued his collaborations with Jeff on tracks like FTO and Made 'Em Run, solidifying their street and music connection. Vert's music is full of aggressive beats and vivid storytelling, painting a picture of the Bloodhound lifestyle in the middle of Chicago's drill wars. With strong ties to Lil Jeff and Q50 and his own rising name, he's a figure to watch. But in a city where alliances can turn on a dime, only time will tell if he rises with the Bloodhound legacy or falls victim to the same cycle. Bloodhound T-Slick. Another key affiliate of Lil Jeff was Bloodhound T-Slick, a member deeply rooted in the Bloodhound 079 clique, a renegade Black Disciples faction holding strong in Chicago's drill scene. He came up alongside Lil Jeff and Q50, riding through the same streets around 79th and Maryland. Bloodhound T-Slick, whose real name isn't publicly known, was one of the shooters involved in the fatal January 26, 2024 attack outside Innovations High School that took the lives of Montario Williams and Robert Boston, two teenagers from the BKN set. Surveillance footage and social media evidence linked him, along with Lil Jeff and J-Mo, to the shooting, which lasted about 15 seconds. He was arrested on January 31, 2025, charged with first-degree murder and aggravated battery, and later released on bond. Despite the legal battles, T-Slick remained active in the drill scene, collaborating with other Bloodhound members like Lil Vert and Vonoff 1700. If you like this video, click one of the windows on either side to watch a video similar to this one.